So does Genoa have a robotics team, or they've got people here, right?
The teacher I brought is very into that.
Yeah.
And so we're going to start there. And then I've already bought the Ozobot.
Oh, yeah.
We've got some B-bots. We've got some makey, some stuff for coding. And so my plan is to have some equipment in one kindergarten and first grade, like that Caterpillar. Then use the Ozobots up to about 5th grade, and then go the Spheros on up.
That's cool. So, and are you planning on, is that going to be like an after-school thing, or are you going to try to find a teacher in each grade level?
We're going to try to find, especially at the elementary, they can do a lot of that embedded, and we can do that embedded.
Yes.
As we go up to the older grades, like Mindy's in 5th grade, and she's there. She and I are actually thinking about doing after school.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to do after school.
Yeah.
We really like this First Tech Challenge.
That's cool.
And when we talk to him, they're not expensive. We can't go with First Robotics. I tried to do First Robotics when I was at Nashville. It was so expensive. But we're getting there. It's just a slow process to bring everybody on board.
Well, it's kind of like anything. You know, you have some schools that they've been doing it for years, and so they're way ahead of the curve. And then you have other folks like Genoa that, we're just now figuring out, okay, what does this take? What do I need? It's funny that when we were at FETSI, that was one of the things, especially like with maker spaces. There were people there who, there were people who were winning national awards for their makerspace, and then there were other people going, "What's a makerspace? Exactly. I don't even know what that is." So it's just it's amazing to me how we're on different pieces of that spectrum. But what I think is also cool is stuff like this. You get to see all of that, and so now I'm sure you're getting tons of ideas to take back and go, oh yeah, we could be doing this, and this.
We got to get on board.
Providing you can get the support you need.
Yeah, well, we have that, but it's like I was telling them at Horatio, they have a garden and a greenhouse, and they're growing aquaponics and stuff. Well, I've been talking with them and saying, and we kind of helped troubleshoot. They had a problem with one of their tanks. And I said, well, you're going to need to collect your condensation. You need to put a piece of plexiglass on the tank, and they didn't think of that.
Right.
So we're partnering with Horatio on a lot of stuff.
That's cool.
Our goal is to have a greenhouse. We can get a greenhouse free through the county.
Cool.
Have a garden. Have the kids running a farmer's market.
Oh, yeah. My God.
And like a food pantry.
Yeah.
And then on the other end, all this tech, it's like we've got to start slow.
Yeah.
But they're here to help us also with this program right here.
Yeah.
With the tech.
Yeah.
So it just takes a little bit of time of getting everybody
on
board. Have you heard about our makerspace thing?
No.
So when I interviewed, I asked them, I said, do y'all have makerspace? We don't know what that is. So I said, well, we're going to get one. We're going to work on that. Well, we don't have the space, but they were throwing away these old laptop cards. And I said, oh no, we're going to recycle those, and they're going to be mobile makerspaces.
Oh, cool.
So we took them to the ag building. They welded and had them to our specs, what we wanted them to do.
Yeah.
Then right now, they're in the art department at the high school, and they're steam punking them out.
Nice.
And so one of them is a Victorian lady, and when she opens up her dress, that is the makerspace area. Isn't that cool?
You don't think there's going to be pushback about that?
I don't know. We'll see. We're going to build her, and we're going to see what happens. But so the art people get to add their piece to it.
Oh, that is so
And then we've
cool.
got a plasma cutter, and they're cutting all of the gears.
Wow.
And so it's going to be like a 3D effect on there. But this woman, they welded her shoulders on, and they've got a head, and when she opens her arm, isn't that great?
That is great.
I said, when they first said that, I was like, okay, but I was like, we'll just ask for forgiveness.
Exactly.
One of them's going to be like a Nautilus, and one of them's going to be a hot air balloon, I think.
Ooh,
They're just trying to work in the confines of moving the thing around, but yet keeping it to steampunk.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, so
that's very cool.
That's where we are. But we try to get each one of the departments feel like they have buy-in to it.
Right. Yeah. Well, and the advantage to that is also not just the departments, but the students can see that even if I'm not into coding, I'm not into robotics, I'm not into makerspace, in the sense that a lot of people unfortunately think of makerspace, right? A lot of times makerspace they think it's got to be 3D printers and robots. No, all of that steampunking that you're doing, all that stuff, that's still maker. You're still.
That's right.
One of the things we were talking to somebody at FETSI, and so I said, it's just funny. In my day, quote unquote makerspace was wood shop and metal shop and home ec. Now it's all lumped into makerspace. You're making stuff.
You're building stuff.
And so, and I think it's very important that you're including those other areas so that students can see, hey, you know what, I can be a part of this, even though that's not really, even though the tech side isn't my thing, the creative side, I could do that, and that's why I love the idea of the farmers market. You could get students who maybe they're not into, agriculture at all, right? They don't care about, but they may be into constructing, so they want to build the stand, or they want to be on the art side, so they want to paint what it's going to look like, or they're on they're really good writers, and so they would like to write up the flyers and the advertising, and you get all these students involved in all these different parts, and it comes together as this massive collaborative effort. It's awesome. That's
cool. One of the things I thought about, we have 3D printers now. I bought each campus a 3D printer and an iMac to go with it, and they can print things and sell them at the farmers market too.
Yes.
I just told them, I said, they were talking about all these things they want to do and go to, and that's like, well, put them to work so they'll make money and make the community better. And I said, and what we don't sell at farmers market, we can donate to Randy Seed's yard.
Right, exactly.
And they learn that part.
Well, and then another thing is, and you've probably already thought of this, but I'm going to throw this out there anyway. With those 3D printers, if you have a grade that is doing some kind of 10 blocks or some other kind of manipulative, why go buy the manipulative? Why not have the older students print out those manipulatives to turn around, and those students walk down to, let's just say they're 9th grade students and they're going down to the third grade class and say, hey, we made these for you. Then those 3rd graders go, holy cow, so when I get to high school, I can print stuff to... How awesome is that?
And see, that's one of the things I wrote up in the math part of that. I said you can actually build your own math manipulatives.
Yes.
Right now, we've started with just the science people building their models.
Yes.
And printing their models.
Yes.
And and that's the other thing with the garden. The high school kids, when we get the greenhouse, when they're there working, she can schedule Miss So-and-so's 3rd grade class to come over and work with the kids on plants and science and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. That is so cool.
That's what we want to do.
That's awesome. You guys are rocking.
We're building. We're building. I'm still into the robotics stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, we'll see you later.
We'll see you.